This is Josh Hart here for Seconds Out. Delighted today to be joined by the Wolf, Conah Walker here over Zoom. Conor, I appreciate your time this afternoon. How is everything, mate?
I'm all good, mate. How about yourself?
I'm very, very good. All the better for being joined by yourself. Let's dive straight into things. While we've had a very intriguing night of boxing just gone and another one coming up tonight, what it's only right we start off by talking about your next fight. Take on Lewis Ritson in Birmingham, your first fight since the again fight of the year contender with Lewis Crocker. Just delighted to be back in another big fight.
Yeah, mate. Straight back in there. Straight back on the big stage. Co-main event again, as far as I know. Which is obviously another great opportunity. Another good fight, and I just believe that he's made for me. And it's one where I can really get my teeth stuck into it.
Just looking at Lewis Ritson, obviously, last time we saw him was back in Leeds when he fought Paddy Donovan. What did you make of his performance that night?
I think it was hard for him to look good against Paddy Donovan,
Mm.
as Paddy Donovan just wasn't there. He didn't give him nothing, he didn't engage, he was just I think he had a good game plan and the game plan worked. Um he's not gonna have a problem with me, he's not gonna be chasing me around the ring, it's gonna be meet in the middle and just I think that he could have looked a lot better if he had, someone standing in front of him and having a bit of a tear up with him, because that's what Lewis Ritson does well. But that's also what I do well. So it'll be interesting.
Obviously, just looking at yourself last time out, a razor close fight with Lewis Crocker, a fight of the year contender. I remember something Eddie said I think it was somewhere after the post fight, and he said that you said to him, "Thank you for the opportunity," and then he said, "You'll be back, mate," and he's got you straight back on another big card. What is it like having that reward? Because sometimes we see in boxing fighters who can always entertain but might not always win every time, sometimes get left out to dry. But Eddie seems to reward you, even in defeat to Lewis Crocker. He wants you back, and he just knows that you bring the entertainment every time.
Yeah, look, it's humbling, and I'm very grateful. Don't get me wrong. But like, listen, I've put a lot into boxing, and I truly believe that I'm just at I'm in a place. I'm a place where I need to be. I should be on the big stage. I should be having these big fights because I put too much in. I've put too much in to not get anything back, and I won't stop until my life's changed and my family's life changed. So I'm very grateful, but I'm also very deserving of this because I've put everything. I don't take more than a week off the gym ever. I mean, I'm in the gym religiously, and I live the life. So without sounding big-headed, like I feel like I deserve it. But yeah, it was nice to hear Eddie say that, because the first thing you think when you you take a loss is, oh, I've got to go back to the small halls now. I've got to rebuild, and I've got to go and fight another journeyman to get back to winning ways. But no, like, that's what obviously I had the chat with him after. I says, look, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, because you do automatically think that you're just going to get brushed under the carpet now, because I'm a horrible fighter. For these prospects or any of the promoters, top lads. I'm a big risk for anyone. Do you know what I mean? And I truly believe that I'm the best welterweight in the UK at the minute. So I'm just going to keep doing what I do, and long may it continue.
Obviously, you mentioned always bringing excitement, never taking time off the gym. Do you feel when we look at where you were, let's say this time last year, obviously just coming off the first win over Cyrus Pattinson, and a rematch looked set. Once that rematch fell through, did you expect to be in the position where you were going into that Crocker fight where you were top five with the WBA and genuinely closing in on a world title shot?
I mean, at the time, it's just you are where you're at. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I had the WBA strap, and I had everything. I had the world title in grabbing distance, so it was a bit of a bummer, considering that 90% of the arena thought that I won. So yeah, it's a bit of a bummer and it's a bit of a setback. But look where I'm at now. Do you know what I mean? I'm
Mm.
not going to slag Crocker off, because obviously we spoke after, and there's nothing but respect there. But I'm pushing on. I'm getting back to winning ways. You know, and I've got Matchroom backing me now. Eddie Earns obviously took a liking to me. So I'm not in a bad place. Do you know what I mean? Win, lose or draw. Um, like you say, I entertain. So after Ritson, 2025 is looking really tasty.
Obviously, normally when a fighter loses, you say getting back to winning ways, it's all about reminding everyone. But I don't think you need to remind anyone because we know what we're going to get when Conor Walker gets in the ring. So you and Lewis Ritson, is it going to be we meet in the middle and it's last man standing? Is that the type of fight we're expecting here?
Mm, he doesn't do anything other than that. I can do a bit of everything. I just choose to go to war because that's what I enjoy. Um, so look, I'm not gonna give any game plans away, but I'm always here to entertain. You know what I mean? I think the fans and the supporters are the real winners every time I fight because I don't want people to go to one of my fights and go, it's a bit of a stinker, wasn't it? That. Do you know
Mm.
what I mean? I want them to just leave going, oh, that was a good old fight. That was a good ding dong. You know what I mean? That's what I intend to do. I fight 3 times a year. Do you know what I mean? So
Mm.
I want to give them value for money, and it's not cheap nowadays. So everyone wants to see entertainment, and I like to provide that.
And just moving away from yourself, we'll go straight into talking about last night's events. We saw, and again, I've said this the whole build up, and it still baffles me that I'm saying it now. We saw Jake Paul take on Mike Tyson last night in a fight that had the world talking. I think everyone's eyes were on it. We've seen the fight now. What did you make of the 8 rounds that they shared with each other?
Uh, how I thought he was going to go. I did set my alarm and I did get up, and I was lying in bed at the 5 o'clock alarm going off, thinking, "Do I really want to get up and watch this?" But you've got to. It's on Mike Tyson, man,
Mm.
and I got up, and it was just, it's an old man, and his legs wasn't there. He wasn't the same man. Jake Paul. I think what people forget is that Jake Paul. When I was watching all the documentary stuff about it, he's had his first fight 2018. That makes him boxing for 6 years now.
Mm.
In 6 years, you can come a long way, and I do believe he has come a long way with the best trainers, the best management, the best strength conditioning. He's got it all, got the world at his feet. I've got nothing against them doing it, mate. If you want me to be honest with you, because like you say, it's bringing more eyes, more traction, more movement to the sport. So like, go and do it, man, and make your money. We're all just in it to make a few quid. We're all in it for the same thing. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Whether it be YouTube or professional boxing, if you're still working hard and you're putting the hours in, and look, he's putting bums on seats. People are enjoying it, so carry on, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, leave the old boys out of it next time though, because it wasn't a nice watch watching Mike Tyson look unsteady on his feet, look shattered. It's not nice to watch that. So leave the old boys now and go and test yourself with some of the up and comers.
One thing that was obviously heavily spoken about is Mike Tyson's health, and a lot of people were genuinely concerned. And even watching it and scrolling through Twitter, you can just see endless amounts of people saying this is a really tough watch. It's sad to see almost. Do you feel when the fight was first made, obviously it was meant to be an exhibition? Do you think they should have just kept it as an exhibition, but because of pressure, the rules got changed?
100%. They should have kept it as an exhibition because now Mike's got a loss against fucking Jake Paul. Do you know
Mm.
what I mean? It's just like it's abomination. But he's not lost because he's just made millions of pounds.
Mm.
Who cares what people think? Think what you want. It's a red mark on his box rec, which he's probably never looked at in the next 30 years.
Mm.
20 years. So go get your millions of pounds and take your family out and a mad holiday. Like obviously, who cares? Just go and look. He's already won. If someone said to me, "Go and fight Mike Tyson for 3 million, whatever it is," let's go. I'd fight. You know what I mean? It's like Mike Tyson said. I think I watched Mike Tyson say before. I'd fight a lion if the price was right. It's right. As boxers, you do, don't you?
Mm.
It is what it is with prize fighters. At the end of the day, we're all doing it for a few quid.
Fair play. And then obviously looking at the future for both, we know what the future is for Mike Tyson. I don't think we'll see him in a boxing ring ever again. And I think that is within everyone's best interest. But for Jake Paul, obviously the story's far from over. There's plenty of options out there for him. But what do you want to see him? What type of names would you like to see him in there with next?
I want to throw him in there with some of the the. I'd like to see him like an area title level and then English title level. Do you know? Do prove people wrong because I don't actually think he's a bad boxer. Do you know what I mean? He's obviously got the novice. He's got a few novice hand habits and things like that. But he's obviously he can whack. He's big. He's lumpy. He trains hard. He's been doing the rounds. So go and test yourself against a good solid English champion or what I mean, an American area champion, something like that, and then push on and do it that way. You know what I mean? He's made enough money now just to never box again in his life. So
Mm.
I mean, just go and do things that people say you can't do.
That's a good shout. It's a very, very good shout. And then just looking at the co-main event, obviously, I'm not sure if you would have woke up for Taylor Serrano too, but I'm sure you would have seen it all over social media. Again, almost a repeat of the first fight, just a brilliant fight. And you could see how much it meant to Team Katie Taylor, especially Eddie. There's a big video going around of him going absolutely mental. What did you make of the fight from what you've seen of it?
I haven't seen none of it to be
Oh,
honest
fair
with you, mate.
enough.
I literally woke up for that fight, and then I went back to bed, and then I was up with it at one, and then my day's been back to back. I know we was meant to get this in this morning, wasn't we?
Mm.
But I haven't stopped. So I've just literally sat down now. So,
Oh, fair play.
and I've got to go back out. So I'll be watching it until probably a bit later on now or tomorrow now. But my brother said it was an amazing fight. He said it was.
Mm.
He said I think he thinks that Katie Taylor was hard done by, but and so what I've saw online, people are saying that, but yeah, I don't. I need. I can't answer that because I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
So I'll get back to you on that one.
Oh, fair enough. And then just lastly, obviously, we saw some big news about a week ago, I'd say now. We saw Conor Benn put out a statement saying he's been cleared of any wrongdoing by the NADP. What do you make of that, and what type of fights do you want to see Conor Benn come back into?
I just want to see him fight Chris Eubank, man. I mean, me and Connor are friends, and um, I'd love him to go and smash Chris Eubank. And I'd like to be on the undercard. I'd like to fight Harlem Eubank on the undercard. Um, and I've asked Connor if he's got any pull on it to try and have a word with Eddie, and get me on it because obviously we've got Ritson to deal with first. But once I get through him, I want to get on some big shows, man.
Fair enough. Well, Conor, I appreciate your time today. I know you're a busy man, so I'll let you go now. Appreciate it as always, and best luck on November 30th.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.